All right, Anne Burrows, DTM3, will be giving her speech from the Engaging Humor Path, Level 1, Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose of this project is to practice using vocal variety and body language. Your speech can be persuasive, humorous, informational, or crafted in any style that appeals to you and supports your speech content. The time is 5 to 7 minutes, and her title is What Was I Thinking? So let's welcome Anne Burrows. What was I thinking?
There was a young fella named Charles who had just gotten his driver's license. He was so excited to take out the family car for the very first time. He was gone for about 2 hours, and when he came home, he walked in the door and said, "Dad, I think there's some water in the carburetor." Well, Dad was kind of perplexed because he knew that Charles didn't know much about cars. He said, "Why is it you think there's water in the carburetor?" Charles said, "Well, Dad, as I was driving into the driveway, instead of putting my foot on the brake, I put my foot on the accelerator and I drove the car into the swimming pool. So I'm pretty sure there's water in the carburetor." Have you ever done anything so stupid that the moment you did it, you knew you shouldn't have done it? Well, I'm sure Charles was thinking, "What was I thinking?" And I know for sure his dad was wondering, "What were you thinking?" Well, a number of years ago, my daughter and I went on a cruise. We'd been waiting to do this for years, and we were thrilled and exciting, and I had our luggage packed, and we were ready to go. Well, if you've ever been on a cruise, you know they treat you pretty royally. They make your bed every morning, put a chocolate on your pillow, pull down your bed at night. There's food everywhere you can look on the cruise, and some of it's delectable and delicious, but they've also has healthy treats for those of you that are interested in your health. And for dinner, they bring you a lovely entree. But if for some reason you don't care for it, send it back. They'll get you another one. And you love that dessert, just ask them. They'll bring you another one. And there's activities everywhere you go around the boat. There's dancing, there's crafting, there's shows, there's shopping. Or you can just lie by the pool and just take it easy. At every port, they have different excursions to choose from. Now, these come with an additional fee, so you want to make sure you pick the ones you really want to do. My daughter and I looked through the books, and we picked out two that we really wanted to do. One was swimming with the dolphins, and the other was snorkeling. Now, I've never snorkeled before, so I was really excited about this. The day of the program, the boat came and picked us up, and as we were en route to the ocean, out into the ocean, they began to distribute all of our equipment. There were fins, a life jacket, and our snorkel and mask. And this is what I looked like, all geared up and ready to go. They also explained that there was a breathing technique that you needed to do while wearing the mask and the snorkel. Well, I thought I got it, and I'm pretty comfortable in the water, so I thought I would be okay. But once I got in the water, I realized I didn't quite have the coordination with the breathing, so I struggled a little bit. But I did my best to make it through. Then what they do is they have you go back on the boat, take you to a different location, and then you explore a different area. So en route to the second area, I made sure I understood the breathing technique. So I had a much better time the second time around. And we got to see sea turtles and fish and coral. It was an extraordinary experience. Then they called us back on the boat. As we got back on the boat, they started to collect all of our equipment. And it was just at that time I realized I was parched. I felt like a dog on a hot summer day. I was almost panting. And just about that time, I looked up and there was this huge vase of orange Kool-Aid. Oh, did it look delicious! And I don't even like orange Kool-Aid that much. But I went right over and poured myself a giant glass of that Kool-Aid and I started gulping it down. Just at about that time, my daughter walked up to me and she said, "Mom, are you sure you want to do that?" And it was really weird because I heard the words, but it was almost as though they stuck in the middle of the air and they didn't penetrate my thinking mind. As I proceeded to pour another glass of that orange Kool-Aid and I gulped it down just as quickly as I did the first. It wasn't but a couple moments that it occurred to me, you're not supposed to drink water in a foreign country. Their systems and ours are not the same. And in a moment's notice, I thought, what were you thinking? As I ran to the bathroom, and as quickly as I gulped down all that orange Kool-Aid, I came pouring out. It was a mess. I tried to get it in the trash can the best I could, but it wasn't easy. And in the restroom, they didn't have any paper towels. They just had those hand dryers. Ugh, I did my best to clean myself off, but then they called us and said it was time for us to exit the boat. I didn't even get a chance to tell them I was sorry for the mess I made. Well, I can tell you, I didn't look too good after that. And the rest of the day I was pretty tired. But I was happy that the next morning I got up and I felt fine and the rest of the trip went beautifully. But I learned a couple things by this experience. Number one, sometimes logic shows up after you really need it. And no matter what, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Madam Toastmaster.